What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Street Scene channel. And this week I'm coming at you guys with another brand new build review. And behind me, I have Guy's immaculate XR5. So for those of you who don't know exactly how this series works, we split it into 3 different segments. So first of all, we go over the backstory behind the car. Then we go over everything that he's done to it, both aesthetically and performance-wise. And then last but not least, we go over all his future plans for it. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's have a chat to the owner. Alrighty, man, first things first, why don't you tell us a bit about the car?
So this is a 2010 Ford Focus XR5. Standard, they come with 225 horsepower from the factory. And now I'm running 315 horsepower and 515 Newton meters of torque, all at the flywheel. So about a year and a half ago, one of my mates took me for a drive in his old XR5 Turbo, and within minutes I fell in love. So shortly after that, about 3 weeks after that, I bought an XR5. I had that one for about a year until I swiftly wrote it off. As a result, bought it back, stripped it for parts, parted it out. The opportunity came up to buy this car because the previous owner was buying a Focus RS. And so the opportunity came up for me to buy it, so I bought it. Yeah, so when I had my white XR5, I did a certain amount of stuff to that. I went to OEM denied stage 4 tune back in the day. And after everything that happened with that car, I didn't really want to build a whole nother car to that level from scratch again. That's why I bought this one. This one, when I bought it, had a lot of the work done to it already. And basically from that point on, I've just been adding more and more bits to get it more to how I want it to be. Back when I had my white XR5, I went to All Euro Day at Lakeside International Raceway. That got me a bit of a taste for the bit of track work. And then once I got this car, I went for a bit of more competitive day, track training afternoon. And that really cemented the idea of how hard you can push a car without anything going wrong, because they can take more than you think. On that day, I did a 1 minute and 11 lap time. So that's sort of the basis starting point for me. So I'm really interested to see where I can go from here.
Yeah, sweet as, man. So why don't you run us through everything that you've done to it?
Yeah, so I mean, starting with aesthetics, I mean, it had a lot of the wheels on it, suspension-wise, all that. But I've done some interiors stuff, more carbon. I already had a lot of carbon fibre on it. I've just more added to that. As far as the cosmetics, it is a bit of performance. I've done the Anembo Engineering inlet plenum. And again, more carbon fibre in the engine bay. Aside from that, I did tinker with the coilovers to get them just right. Nothing crazy more than that, since I did buy it with a lot of the stuff done to it. Performance-wise, I haven't actually done anything more, like in terms of tuning, because it was already on OEM denied stage 4 when I got it. I've been really happy with that so far. It goes really well, very linear power, very progressive. So it feels great. It has great manners on the road and on the track. It's a pleasure to drive. Other than that, I've added a stage 3 AirTech intercooler, and like I mentioned, the Anembo plenum, new boost solenoid, turbo smart boost solenoid, all in preparation for going more power in the future. Another thing that was done back in the day by one of the previous owners was the stage 1 Newman cams and block mod. Block mod is basically in these engines where they tap a couple shims into the cylinder liners and it reinforces them, so it's more reliable to push more power, so you don't crack cylinder liners. As far as wheels go, I'm running 18 by 8.5 plus 35 Koya RG Tech wheels, and they're wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. Currently the car's fitted with a turbo back Miltech Sport exhaust. It has really good manners on the road, not too noisy, minimal drone, but when you get on it, it opens up pretty good. Soon I'll be switching to the same exhaust that I had on my old Focus. The tip style is a lot more aggressive out the back, and I do prefer the sound of it, even though this one is already really good. originally the reason why I fell in love with this car was a lot to do with the engine. 5-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's just such a unique sound, and I just can't get away from it. So moving into the interior, carbon fibre doesn't stop here. So you've got carbon fibre steering wheel from OEM denied performance. Standard, they come with a sort of fake carbon fibre fascia here, carbon fibre gear knob, handbrake cover, inserts into the cup holders there, and then that's about as far as the carbon fibre goes in here. Moving up here, we've got the Little Devil gauges, Pro Sport 60mm gauges. So factory, it comes with oil temperature, boost and oil pressure, although some of those are just calculations of readings, whereas these are the true readings of the temps. So that was sort of a must-have for track days, so that's really good to have. As far as the seats go here, we've got the Caro replicas. They're not real, they just cost too much. It's not really worth the onset of the cost, but they do a really good job of holding you in, especially on the track days. Super low set, and they're just really comfortable.
Alrighty, and what future plans do you have for it?
Yeah, so more recently I've decided to go down the route of figuring out power goals, really what I want to get out of it. And at the moment, my goal is that I've started collecting parts for is to go to the Focus RS Turbo, which is capable of flowing well above 400 horsepower. And then to go with that, a set of new injectors, a front mount oil cooler, and a standalone ECU. And then we'll chuck it on the dyno and see what she makes. So aiming for around the 400 horsepower mark. So other than that, I mean, you'll see there's already a lot of carbon fibre on the car. It's 95% of it is all real carbon fibre, not just fake. And yeah, I don't plan to stop with that. I love the carbon fibre, so I'm just going to keep going with it.
Alrighty guys, that is going to be all for this one. Guy, thanks for coming out today, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks for telling us all about the car and everything. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss when we upload as well. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you all in the next one.